John Beltran, Marcus Camber back in Holyoke. Good to have an experienced color guy for one game.
I don't know how experienced you'd say. I've been away from it for a little while, Johnny.
If we were doing baseball together, that would be even a bigger story because we never get away from that for an extended period of time. We're always on top of it.
Well, I don't think we'd have to take commercial break. I think we could fill the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt. I mean, without a doubt. Now, they're having a free throw shooting contest here at the break, so the third quarter could start just a couple of minutes tardy.
Does look like they have stopped the clock.
Yeah.
They have the girls basketball team out there with their mothers for a competition, it looks like.
And the Beat Diggers trail in this game 26-16. And yeah, now we'll start in a matter of moments as the halftime free throw contest has ended. As I mentioned, Holyoke led at the break 13-6, and then outscored Brush 13-10 in the second period. And that's how they lead by 10 points right now at 26-16. Kyle Carper with 10 points and 5 rebounds. Kyle Carper right now, I think if you look at one player, Carper is probably the difference in this game because it looks like he's got it done on both ends.
Yeah, he's got it done on both ends, and he's one of those players who you look at him and he's playing the post position. You don't look at him to dribble the ball or run up and down the court, but as we've seen tonight, 3 chirrups up and down the court, he's gotten the rebound, and he's been the first guy down the court trying to run a fast break with 3 other guys. And he's a really good basketball player for a sophomore. And when he's in stride, usually the Dragons are in stride. If he's struggling a little bit, sometimes Dragons are struggling a little bit.
That's when you know a player's really good, when they look like a senior and they're really an underclassman, not even a junior, but as you mentioned, a sophomore. And that's one of the reasons that Holyoke is in the lead in this game, because Kyle Carper has played well beyond his years. That's the adjustment the Beat Diggers will have to make in the second half. And I think they probably made it, like you said, in the last few minutes of the first half defensively. Carper was just driving into the lane, getting some easier shots in the first quarter, but the Brush defense tightened up in that second quarter. But the funny thing is that even though the Holyoke offense slowed down considerably, they still were not out of rhythm because they were able to convert baskets. It was just at a slower pace.
Yeah, just at a slower pace. And like you said, they can go in, they can go out, they can speed it up, they can slow it down. And it doesn't seem to bother them either direction. And sometimes you'll get those teams, and like Caliche last night, you could tell they were uncomfortable when they weren't running the ball. And you could tell Brush would rather slow it down a little bit if they can, but they can run if they really need to. The times they did get to some turnover problems earlier is when they tried to keep up and run with Holyoke.
We'll start the second half with Ryan Baumgartner, Frederick Reiderheim, Austin Tharp, Kyle Carper, and Gustav Holnagel for Holyoke in their home whites. The Beat Diggers in their road maroon will be breaking the huddle momentarily as head coach Dan Kennedy is giving some last-second instructions. Holyoke leads 26-16. And
well, I don't know necessarily if they're waiting on the clock or waiting on them to get out there. Clock's still running down. Oh, there they go. They reset it.
It'll be Chris Ely, Seth James, Kyle Lynch, Nick Sopris, and Jared Spooner for the Beat Diggers, and Austin Tharp to throw it in. In the backcourt to Ryan Baumgartner. And he will be at the controls for this Holyoke offense. Bounce pass in the high left to Reiderheim. Cross court to Carper. Now in the right wing to Baumgartner. Baumgartner up top to Holnagel. And that left wing pass intercepted by Spooner. Spooner all the way will lay it up and in. The Beat Diggers force the turnover, and Spooner scores. 9th turnover for Holyoke. Spooner with 4. Beat Diggers to within 8, 26-18. The Beat Diggers won this matchup 1 year ago in Brush in another hotly contested game. Bounce pass up top to Carper. Now the left wing to Baumgartner, guarded by Ely, dribbling to his right. Near the top to Reiderheim, right wing to Carper. Carper with the basketball. Cross court to Holnagel. Bounce pass on the left wing to Reiderheim, penetrating left baseline all the way, scoops it up, blocked by Spooner, and Spooner takes it away. Spooner with the basketball on the high left. He'll pull up left corner. Ely, 3 is up, and an air ball, and the putback up and in by Kyle Lynch. Boy, Lynch, right place, right time. Sometimes when you miss ugly, it can produce a 2 points for your team, and that's what happened for Kyle Lynch.
Well, Brush coming out with the momentum here in the second half.
And they're only down by 6, 26-20, 6:43 to go in the third. In the left corner, Ryderheim, and there's an offensive foul on that pass from Baumgartner to Ryderheim as Sopris was run over. And all of a sudden, Holyoke not in a rhythm, and Baumgartner is out of the game. And Logan Kruger checks in. And for Baumgartner, that is his second foul. The Bean Diggers can make this a 4-point game. Spooner on the high left against Austin Tharp. Bounce pass down low for James. His hook shot is around and no good. Off to the right. Rebound James, and he scoops it up and in. And the Bean Diggers outplaying Holyoke to begin the third. Timeout. John Baumgartner calls a full timeout with the score. Holyoke 26, the Bean Diggers 22 with 6:24 to go in the third. It's a 1-minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Bean Diggers have scored the first 6 points in the third quarter. They're only down by 4, 26-22. Into the front court is Ryderheim for Holyoke. Ryderheim will pull up for a long three, and he drills it. The Bean Diggers backed off of Frederick Ryderheim, and for him, he just took his time and was able to sink it. That stops the 6-0 run. Lynch back out to Ely on the right wing. Double team, bounce pass in the corner for Lynch. Cross-court pass to Sopris against Ryderheim. Backs it on him. Left corner, Spooner, three. Good for Jared Spooner, who's getting hot. He's got 5 points in the opening 2+ minutes of the third. Bean Diggers down by 4 once again, 29-25. Holnagle for Holyoke into the front court at the free throw line. Carper, right corner, 3 in the air, and that one is in and out by Ryderheim. And the rebound is Seth James and Brush. The Bean Diggers want to run. Sopris to Spooner in the left corner for Lynch. Lynch to his right. Now they'll slow it down. Spooner retreating near the timeline. 5:20 to go in the third. Brush only trails by 4, 29-25. Spooner against Ryderheim, penetrating left baseline, cut off by Ryderheim, back out to James. Down low for Sopris, layup up, and he misses, but he's fouled. And Nick Sopris to the stripe. And the Holyoke foul was on Frederick Ryderheim. You know, Hammer, it looks like Brush is playing in this quarter like Holyoke did in the first.
Yeah, they are. They've picked up the tempo, and it does look like Holyoke's just not quite ready to catch up with them right now.
Sopris does miss the first free throw, however. For all of your auto supply needs, stop by Central Auto Parts at Fort Morgan. Misses the second. The James putback is too strong, and the ball is loose into the hands of Kyle Carper. Boy, 2 big missed free throws there for Brush. Now we've got a whistle and a violation in the front court against Kyle Carper.
Charge they called on Carper.
And that'll be the 11th turnover for Holyoke and the second foul for Carper. See, in the first half, he had those lanes open. Now in the second half, the Bean Diggers are filling those gaps. Sopris jump pass, cross-court to Ely. Ely will hand it off to Spooner. 4:50 to go in the third. Holyoke 29, Brush 25. Spooner at the top of the key at the free throw line. Bounce pass down low for James. He's trapped. His bounce pass poked away, taken by Sopris left baseline. He's double teamed. Back out to Spooner. The 3 in the air. Good! And he's fouled! Fouled by Kyle Carper. This could be a 4-point play for Jared Spooner, and the Bean Diggers draw to within 1. Boy, has this game changed.
It has totally changed. Tale of 2 halves right now.
Carper and Ryderheim are out, and Logan Kruger back in along with Ryan Baumgartner. And that is Carper's third foul. I mean, getting him into foul trouble is going to help Brush immensely.
Yeah, 2 fouls within just the last 30 seconds for Carper.
And the free throw's off the back of the rim, and do we have a violation? Yeah, we've got a foul. I think Sopris pushed off on the rebound. Hey, Women's Clinic of the Plains provides women in Northeast Colorado outstanding care, including education about important health topics. Women's Clinic of the Plains, call today 542-0390. So the Bean Diggers still down by 1, and they're 0 for 3 from the line in the set. Bounce pass inside, and Kruger's layup is blocked by Spooner and taken away by Chris Ely. Ely with a basketball to Kyle Lynch in the high left. Lynch going to kick it back out to Ely. Ely near the timeline, dribbling to his right. The Bean Diggers can take the lead on this possession. Down 1 with 4:50 to go in the third. Spooner cross-court Lynch. Now to Ely, penetrating left baseline, layup up and in off the glass for Chris Ely. And the Bean Diggers have opened up this quarter on a 14-3 run. and they lead 30-29. Holnagel now traveled in the backcourt. You know, Hammer, it's unbelievable. This is the same Holyoke team.
It almost looks like they went in at halftime, maybe got a little too cool, kind of taking a nap out there right now. This is a totally different team than we saw in the first half.
Yeah, and the Bean Diggers obviously have scored 14 points in the opening 4 minutes of the quarter. They had 16 in the entire first half, and now James puts it up and in, off the glass, off the lob from Jared Spooner, and James with 4. Bean Diggers up by 3, 32-29, 3:43 to go in the third.
Doubling their points in 4.5 minutes in the second half.
Amazing, amazing. A 16-3 run for Brush to begin the third. Kruger up top to Tharp, fakes the three at the free throw line, back out to Colby Wales, now to Baumgartner. His floater in the lane is up and good from 3 feet away for Ryan Baumgartner, who's got 7. Holyoke draws to within 1, 32-31. Spooner on the right wing for Brush at the top of the key. The three is up and in! Jared Spooner is nailing triples from everywhere. He's got 3 in the quarter and has now scored 13 in the game.
He hasn't missed his half, has he, John?
Nope. 4 out of 4 for Jared Spooner and 3 for 3 for three-point range. And Tharp's pass is thrown out of bounds, intended for Logan Kruger, right to the Holyoke bench. And the Dragons call a 30-second timeout. And not only is Brush outplaying Holyoke, but Holyoke is hurting themselves with 5 turnovers. And the Beat Diggers have none. And now, Marcus, you wonder if maybe last night's game, that big victory over Caliche, is having an effect in the second half, conditioning-wise, or something against Holyoke.
Well, I think a lot of things could happen. They could be a little physically tired. You go into halftime with a good lead. Mentally, maybe you start slipping a little bit because, you know, you think you got a game kind of wrapped up. Now the team comes out, starts throwing body blows at you, and you haven't quite caught up. And, you know, like you said, 5 turnovers and 4 fouls 4 minutes into the third quarter. That's not going to help you.
And the Bean Diggers have only committed 1 in this quarter. Nick Sopers with the basketball with 2:53 to go. And the Bean Diggers leading 35-31. Jump pass down low, intended for Salcedo, stolen away by Kruger. Only brushed his 6th turnover. And then Holyoke somehow threw it away, despite the fact the Bean Diggers were not pressuring in the backcourt. And now Ely to throw it in. 3/4 court near the timeline to Sopris. Bean Diggers up by 4, looking to make this perhaps a 7-point lead. If Spooner can nail another one of those threes, he's been red hot. But actually, he's out of the game. No, he's right there. Here's Sopris jump pass to Ely at the free throw line, into the lane, right baseline Salcedo. 5-foot pull-up is short, and the rebound is wrestled away by Logan Kruger, his 2nd board of the game. And now Ryan Baumgartner will set up the offense for Holyoke. Behind his back against Chris Ely in the high left. With the basketball is Tharp in the left corner now for Kruger. Down low, taken by Wales. Back out to Kruger. Out of Baumgartner. Evan Swanson also in the game for Holyoke. Wales against Salcedo. Up top to Baumgartner. Under 2 minutes to go in the third. Beat Diggers by 4. Swanson in the right corner. Back out to Kruger against Sopris. Dribbling to his left. Feeds Baumgartner well beyond the 3-point circle. Swings it right side for Wales. Top of the key to Tharp. On the left wing for Baumgartner. Spinning on Chris Ely into the lane, and his left-handed hook is up and in. Wow, what a shot by Ryan Baumgartner on a left-handed hook from several feet away. 35-33. That was quite a shot.
Yeah, it was. Holyoke looks like they're trying to slow it down, trying to find their rhythm back.
Salcedo all the way, scoops it up, and that shot is blocked out of there by Tharp and taken by Wales. Perfect lob pass into Salcedo, but the timing was perfect by Austin Tharp. Holyoke can tie the game. Baumgartner back out to Wales at the free throw line. Into the lane. Scoops it up wildly. Misses. Salcedo with a brush Beat Digger rebound. Kicks it out to Sopris. 1:05 to go in the third quarter. Sopris into the lane. Left corner. Spooner. 3. Yes! Holy Mahungus. And we've got to push away from the basketball. That's going against Brush, I believe. But nonetheless, the three-pointer does count. And Spooner, 4 out of 4 in this quarter. He's got 11 points. Check that, 14 points in the quarter.
He's got the most points
in the game
on of anybody on the court right now, doesn't he, Johnny?
He is the leading scorer. In fact,
picking them all up in this half.
His points in this quarter are outscoring anybody in the entire game. Beat Diggers up 38-33. with 52 seconds to go. Baumgartner at the top of the key against Ely. Dribbles the ball right into Ely. Another Holyoke turnover. That's their 15th. Sopris, chest pass to Delorier. Delorier penetrates left baseline. He's cut off. Jump pass back out to Spooner. Top of the key to Sopris. Right baseline for Ely. He puts it up and around and no good. And the ball is tipped out of bounds. It will go over to the Dragons. Boy, a big opportunity for Brush to go up by 7. Could not convert there. Northeastern Colorado's hometown savings and loan with locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. Equitable savings and loan. And we're finding out this quarter why Jared Spooner is one of the better players in 3A, Marcus.
Yes, he is. I tell you what, haven't seen Jared play yet, and I'm impressed.
And now he picks off a pass intended down low for Wales. Spooner all the way will scoop it up and around. No good, but he's fouled. And he'll go to the line, and that is the 8th Holyoke turnover in the quarter. And they've got 16 in the game to only 6 for Brush. And the Beat Diggers are coming off 3 devastating losses. And I'm talking devastating in terms of one-sided losses as the foul was committed by Evan Swanson. Keep in mind, they're all state-ranked teams in Platte Valley, in Eaton, and in Yuma, as the first free throw is missed. And, check that. He was able to make that. They didn't mark it on the board, and I had the eye off the target. Second free throw is around and good. Spooner does go 2 out of 2 from the line, having an amazing quarter with 16 points, 18 in the game. And it's 40-33, Beat Diggers. With 14 and a half seconds to go in the third, the Beat Diggers will apply the pressure. The inbound pass to Ryan Baumgartner, still in the backcourt. Remains in the backcourt with 7 seconds to go. He's got to make his move now with 5 against Sopris with 4. Into the paint. Bounce pass intended for Swanson out of bounds on the left baseline. Amber, that's the story of the quarter for Holyoke offensively.
Yeah, this is one that they are just going to want to close the book on and totally start over in the second half.
Sopris puts it up from beyond midcourt and misses. That's the end of the quarter. But the Beat Diggers scored 24 points in the quarter to only 7 for Holyoke, and they lead 40-33, a 1-minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.